I've been a freelance writer for over a year. And ever since I made that decision, I have received many interviews from clients wanting to work with me. It's funny that I used to write 4-page articles for only $5, but today I'm writing 1 page for $25 to $30. And if you add it up, if I write 4 pages in one day, that comes up to at least $100 for the day. Now, I was able to do this because the more I wrote, the more my expertise grew. And of course, the more my expertise grew, the more my client's visibility expanded. In short, I can give you 3 ways in how I expanded my client's visibility. I wrote personalized proposals, I write clear, concise, content-rich articles for my clients, and I get great feedback. For this video, I'll be talking to you about the last 2 reasons because you came here to find out how to make $100 a day content writing. If you stay until the end, however, I am going to show you how you can gain access to my first free resource as a freelance coach, and that is my ultimate proposal writing guide. This guide is going to help you lock into interviews and get in front of the clients you want to get. I'm going to show you my tricks and tips on how I write my proposals and how I get my interviews. But we'll talk more about that later. Now, the 4 tips that I'm going to talk to you about now for your content writing is not only going to expand your client visibility tenfold, it is also going to give you a new perspective on how far your financial goals can reach by just content writing. So if you've never tried writing before, or if you've been writing and you're saying to yourself,
why is it that I can't get clients? I am such a good writer.
I'm about to show you how you can move from an applicant to an actual candidate. The first tip I'll share with you is that you need to learn how to optimize any piece of content that comes your way. Optimization is the rule of the content writing world today. Let's backtrack for a minute and talk about what optimization is. The long form of the term is called search engine optimization. Basically, what search engine optimization entails is that you would take any piece of content, whether it was written by you or by your clients or by whoever, and you would format it in such a way that the search engine can pick up what it is that the content is about. There are many tactics and tips that writers use, and because it's something so critical in the competitive business market today, it's now becoming something crucial for content writers to know how to do. So much so that clients are even now making it mandatory for the people that they hire to have this skill. So it's best to learn this skill so that you can market it as something that you already know how to do right out the gate. For those who are not interested in learning it any at all, yes, clients actually still hire writers that don't know how to optimize content. However, you will see a drastic decline in the amount of money you can make when you write those articles, because that would mean that they have their own optimizers on their team taking your raw content and creating it into something that is optimized. And of course, that's my first tip on content writing. I do have a course on search engine optimization. If you want to know how to access that course, you can go ahead and watch this video here. Now, before I go any further, hi guys, welcome back to my channel, your one stop for having fun, faith, and financial independence. My name is Jadine, but my friends call me Juds. And if you're interested in freelance topics like these, or if you're interested in any of my other topics like financial independence, faith, increasing income streams, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that post notification bell so you never miss when I make a post. I am a full-time freelancer who quit my 9-to-5 job to pursue an online career where I am my own boss, because I wanted to enjoy working on my own time, in my own way and my own pace. And of course, I want to share how you can do that too. For daily content on how to become an online freelancer, as well as snippets into the ups and downs of my journeys from day to day, then you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Juds Hyatt. And of course, my link is in the description box below. Now, back into the video. I've just explained to you about the necessity of learning SEO as a skill. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next 3 tips. And afterwards, of course, I'm going to give you access to my proposal writing guide. Number 2, remove fluff from your content. In the content writing community, fluff is considered as terms, phrases, words, sentences that are not really giving value to the content on a whole. Sometimes writers will do this because they're like maybe lacking in the word count or lacking in things to talk about in the articles. But it is not a good technique to use because clients can spot it from a mile away, and it really does annoy readers when they read it because they're actually going in to find something that is useful to them. So I would say remove the fluff from your content. I'm just going to give you an example of what fluff is. For instance, say you're writing an article about your nails and we're talking about painting nails. One of the things that you probably want to write for learning how to paint your nails is that you want to make sure that you clean the nail bed. That is something that is valuable to the content piece. That's something you should leave in there. But when you start to milk that piece of content, like saying, for instance, take a piece of cotton and gently, carefully stroke it along the nail bed to make sure that you get all the pieces of debris off the nail. Now that is unnecessary content because you've already told the reader to clean the nail with a piece of cotton. So it's just that people use that to kind of expand the words that they want in the content, and it is tempting to do, but it does not benefit you in the long run. And I'm not going to leave you there. I'm not going to just tell you to not write it and not give you something to replace it with. I'm going to tell you what I do to avoid fluff content. When I'm stuck on a word count, by that I mean not being able to find enough words, I always have this question in my head. What can I do to add value to this piece of content? And let me tell you what my two go-to methods are. First, I type the topic in to the search engine and I scroll down to suggested searches that is on Google's front page. The second thing I do is type the topic into the Google search engine and read into forums like Reddit that have people asking specific questions about that particular topic. And then I'll take those questions and formulate them into things that I can put into my content. For example, if it is that I was writing about bunnies and I'm stuck at 500 words when my client needs like 1,000 words, I'm 500 words short, then I need to go and find out what it is that people really want to know about bunnies. So I type bunnies into the Google search and then I'd look at the suggested search. Maybe somebody's asking, how do I care for bunnies? Is it true that bunnies get sick on carrots? Is it true that I can't bathe my bunny more than twice per week? Those are not actual searches. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know anything about bunnies. Those questions that they ask, I'm going to make sure I incorporate that as headings into my article. And if you know about search engine optimization, that is actually a bonus point, because if it is that somebody is actually asking these questions, when I put that into my content and upload it to my website or to the client's blog, my content piece has a chance of coming up and giving them that answer that was already there before. So basically, I can understand the kind of question that readers want to have answered and incorporate them in subheadings and expounding them on them in the paragraphs below. And just by doing that, I've added new subheadings to my content, which improves my SEO, added more paragraphs to my content, which improves my word count, added value to my client's content, which will improve his readership community, thus making him want to work with me for a longer time. If that sounds sort of convoluted to you and kind of taxing, then I got you. Don't worry about it. In the next few weeks, I have my article writing template that will have all of these things written out for you so that you can follow a clear guideline on how to build your content up for clients to enjoy. So don't worry about it. Look for that in the coming days. And of course, the first place that I'll be releasing it is in my newsletter. The second place I'll be releasing it is in my Instagram. So if you're not on my Instagram page, go ahead and follow me and you'll be one of the first people to know when it is that it's going to get released. And number 3 is to trade up. I have spoken about trading up in one of my previous videos. I'll leave the link here. Basically, what I call trading up is recycling or upcycling jobs to get more money in the long term. So if you're looking for a quick scheme to making money online, I don't have that for you. What I'm trying to help you build is a sustainable long-term income. So if you want to end up working $100 per day, you have to be comfortable with earning $10 per day in the beginning stages. So what I did when I started was to start working for $5 per hour. Right? Let's say, for instance, I start working at one job on Upwork for $5 per hour. What I would do is to try to get 2 more jobs at the same rate, which would cause me to now have 3 jobs for $5 per hour. Once I've hit 3 jobs and have been working there for a good amount of time, building up my client experience and making sure that I got a good feedback, I then start to search for the 4th job. Now, in the 4th job, I'm going to be putting my rate at $10 per hour. Once I've locked into a job at $10 per hour, I would have to let go of one of the jobs that I already had that was at $5 per hour. Once I've let go of that job, I will be now stuck with 2 jobs for $5 per hour and 1 job for $10 per hour. And I continued upcycling until I ended up with only 3 jobs for $10 per hour. And then I continue upcycling for $15 per hour until maybe I have 3 jobs at $20 per hour. I hope that was clear. If it wasn't clear, you can go ahead and watch the video that I mentioned before, where I map it out in detail on how to trade up for your content writing articles. Now, I know that you came to find out how to write $100 per hour, and some people are frustrated because they're like, you're just telling me to get 3 jobs at $5 per hour when I can't even manage to get 1 job on Upwork. And that, my friend, is not a problem. I've got you. I've got your back, because I have the proposal writing guide at the end of this video to share with you. So don't worry about getting the client just yet. Just know that that is a tactic you're going to be using once you've honed in on your proposal writing skills. The 4th and final tip is to create a top-of-the-line writer's portfolio. Now, we're not talking about the portfolios on your Upwork platform and the portfolio they ask for you on your Fiverr platform. We're talking about a separate website where all your work from every other platform or anybody else who you've worked with outside of online industries, you're going to place all of those experiences and all of those feedbacks on one website portfolio. You don't need to pay for it right off the bat. You can get a free website portfolio, maybe on WordPress. I know they have a free plan, and build your portfolio there. That way, when you're applying to a job that is not even on any of these platforms, you can just send them a link along with your cover letter to show them that this is not just some one-off thing that you're trying to do. You're building a career. Your career is built around this thing. That being said, you need to make sure that you're honing in on your work on these platforms so that you can have experience to show these people. Make sure that your experience with previous clients are ones that matter, that you have great feedback. Put them on your WordPress portfolio. And it's funny that a lot of people don't do this. On Forbes.com, it was reported that 55% of hiring managers were more impressed by candidates that had a website portfolio. And guess how many people actually do it? 7% of people. So that space between the 55% and the 75% is that space where you can capitalize on maximizing your chances of getting picked for a job. Create your website portfolio and start sending out those links along with, of course, your outstanding proposals. And if you're tired of hearing me talk about proposal writing guide, then congratulations, you are at the end of my video, and I have the ultimate guide for you that will help you write your proposals to clients. And the best thing is that it's not only for content writers, it's for all freelancers. Included are some really cool tactics that I've used to convert my cover letters into client interviews. And of course, it is for $0. That's right, it's for free. All you need to do is click on the description box below, enter your details, and you will get the guide in your email. And that's it. And of course, I'm going to leave a little surprise for those who actually stayed to the end of the video, I will be hosting a workshop for people who want to delve deeper into writing proposals for their online interviews. So the guide I talked about will give you 4 tips and tactics into how I write my proposals to get visibility from clients. But the workshop actually hacks into all 10 of my tactics, and I'll be exploring them and sharing them with you. And it's going to be a fun workshop because you're going to get answers to all your questions. There is a section in the workshop pre-registration where you can go ahead and type your questions in so I can know that this is what you expect and come on the day with the answers for you. Details on how to get access to that workshop is actually in the proposal writing guide, so you'd have to get the proposal writing guide before you're able to register for the workshop. And of course, everything that I release, updates will be given on my Instagram page, so remember to follow me there. And of course, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'll wait, don't worry, I'll give you time. Did you subscribe? Great. Now that is the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching, and remember that the only time that you don't have a chance to turn your life around is when you're in the grave. So if there's a pulse, there's a chance. From one success story in the making to another, I say God's peace be with you. Goodbye.